Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Let's talk about a preview and some predictions for Saturday night's main event, which happens July 18th, 2026 at Madison Square Garden. And so let's talk about the first match. This is not really in match order. Potentially it could be if I just randomly get it right, but really this is just some previews and predictions for Saturday night's main event. So first match we'll talk about will be Danhausen versus JD McDonough. So originally when Danhausen debuted, I came on this show and I said that was one of the worst, if not the worst debuts in the history of WWE. I don't know how a single person or wrestler, entertainer can recover from that. But Danhausen did, and has become one of the most popular superstars in WWE, not just in ticket sales, but just in overall reactions. He has great comedic relief. His timing has been perfect. I think WWE is trying to squeeze every ounce possible out of Danhausen that they possibly can. I was in Oklahoma City a couple weeks ago for SmackDown. I was there live, and in the show, around the city, every single person, every single kid is wearing a Danhausen shirt. This guy is legit extremely popular, and you can tell by the fans in the crowd, because SmackDown is really not where he shows up. He was there, I think his music played or something like that, but mostly he's on Monday Night Raw with his comedic timing, feuding with the Judgment Day. He's top 3 in merch sales, like really, really good stuff from Danhausen. I think at some point, the gig is going to be up, and he's going to run out of steam and run out of juice, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But one of his major flaws is the fact that he's not a very good worker. He's not a very good wrestler. He cannot really go inside the ring. He's not gifted whatsoever inside of that ring. That's simply why he became the wrestler and the performer with the gimmick and the character that he has. And that's kind of the opposite of JD McDonough, who is kind of a bland, boring kind of character. That's why WWE really hasn't given him much. He's just part of the Judgment Day because of Finn Balor and things of that nature, and now he's just part of the group. But when he gets inside of that ring, in between those ropes, he is one of the best. He is very, very good and very, very gifted inside of that ring. So when it comes to this match, the comedic stuff, the entertaining stuff would really be at the hands of Danhausen. The actual work rate wrestling stuff will be at the hands of JD McDonough, and I think this will be a decent match, and I do think this match actually opens the show. I would have this match or Bayley versus Lyra open the show, and there's just no doubt in my mind this is probably the easiest match to predict, maybe also with the tag team match, but Danhausen will remain undefeated. His undefeated streak will remain intact. The crowd in Madison Square Garden will absolutely love it. They will go nuts, and Danhausen will be your winner. Then your next match that I will discuss is Brie Bella and Paige versus Fatal Influence. When Paige returned at WrestleMania, she got an absolutely massive pop, and the momentum has not been carried since then. Yes, they're tag team champions, but if you don't really watch the show or kind of pay attention to what's happening in WWE, you'd have no idea that they're tag team champions. You'd have no idea that Paige is even back into WWE. Like, it's just been kind of that kind of boring and not as good as you'd hoped it to be. But on the other side of that, you have Fatal Influence, who have been the best thing in that women's division, in the tag team division, for a very, very long time. Fatal Influence needs to wear some gold. This is kind of the easiest decision that WWE can make. Fatal Influence needs to wear some gold to keep its momentum going. They've been absolutely crushing it. They have been the perfect heel faction on SmackDown, and definitely the sky's the limit individually for each woman and as a collective group. Jacy Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed are the future of the women's division, the tag team division, and need kind of a big-time victory to cement that progress and that momentum. And beating 2 legit stars, Brie Bella is the worst performer inside of the ring, so is her sister Nikki Bella, but she's still a star and is loved by a lot of women's wrestling fans around the world, and Paige is a bona fide superstar, one of the best to ever do it. You beat them to win your first kind of gold on the main roster. This is great. I think this match does provide an ideal pairing for Paige and Brie Bella, considering Fatal Influence is that good. And it's obviously assured this match will be super entertaining. But you make no mistake, Fatal Influence will absolutely get their first taste of main roster gold. It will be great. It'll be a crowning moment. And I think they will hold those tag team championships for a very long time and then creep themselves into singles competition, singles gold, and you might see Fatal Influence hold more than one title. A couple of the girls hold the tag team championships, and then you have sort of the leader of the group, JC Jane, holding a Intercontinental, United States, world title, whatever the case may be. I don't even know if the women have an I can't even remember. Yeah, they do. The women have an Intercontinental Championship. They have a United States Championship. Sometimes my brain gets fumbled. A lot of information going on here, but you get my picture. That could be the story for Fatal Influence. So Danhausen wins, Fatal Influence wins, and then you go to Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. This will be a fantastic match. This will be an excellent match in terms of wrestling quality. Bayley and Lyra are fantastic workers. They have great chemistry. They're very adept at using psychology to tell a story in and out of the ring. And the story they're trying to tell right now is great. There wasn't so much build and time for this match, but they've been together, tag teaming, being friends. It's very easy to tell the story right now. You can obviously tell how distraught Lyra is. Kind of looks a little dark, a little evil. Something maybe being teased about a partnership and someone coming up from NXT, where that might be going. But I think overall this is going to be a fantastic, fantastic match. And I think this match we do see Lyra get the victory over her former mentor and friend, and WWE may also have something even more unhinged in terms of her character planned, and I think a victory is essential for that development moving forward. So you have Danhausen, Fatal Influence, and Lyra. Those are my picks. And then you move on to the main event, which is CM Punk and Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Sami Zayn. Gunther's got issues with all these dudes. He's got issues with CM Punk. He's got issues with Cody Rhodes. He's got issues with Sami Zayn. He's got issues with Nick Aldis. So I wouldn't be surprised if CM Punk and Cody Rhodes could kind of coexist, even though their match has been announced for the main event, I would assume, of night one for SummerSlam, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, which when it got announced didn't move any tickets whatsoever, which is kind of surprising considering CM Punk and Cody Rhodes think they're the best in the world, the quarterback, all this type of stuff. Well, really the best in the world can move tickets, and that's Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns moves tickets. They're already bought. Tickets were already bought because Roman Reigns' match was already announced before another kind of old guy versus old guy CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes match. Now, am I looking forward to the match? Probably. Do I despise CM Punk? Absolutely. Do I think I'm sick of seeing Cody Rhodes in the world title picture? Yes. Do I want something fresh? Some Obafemi, some Braun Breaker, some LA Knight potentially? Yes. But this is what we're getting. Great. Let's go for it. So we have this tag team match. Sami Zayn was not in the original plans for SummerSlam or for Saturday night's main event, but they pulled the trigger in Saudi Arabia. He was champion for 9 days. Now this is kind of like his rematch type of deal. You're not going to see Sami Zayn injected into the CM Punk Cody Rhodes match. You probably never see Sami Zayn challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship ever again. Probably not. Just probably not going to happen. He had his run. He had his time in the sun. He earned it. Now he'll go back to kind of upper mid-card status and just be a guy in WWE for the rest of his time, unless he wants to leave and go somewhere else. But I do think with all of that said, I do think Gunther and Sami Zayn are going to have their hands raised at the end of this match. I think you're going to see Sami Zayn and Gunther again with their hands raised when this match is concluded. But there's going to be a lot that happens. Gunther's going to try and beat up everyone. You might see Nick Aldis come out there, all this type of stuff. Just as a way to send the show home happy. You're also going to have Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson somehow inside the ring. You're going to see Seth Rollins come out as well. So there's going to be a lot of those kind of cool pieces in terms of really getting you enticed and ready for the SummerSlam main events. But that's going to be the main event of the show because that's obviously the biggest match of the show, which is CM Punk and Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Sami Zayn. And again, I think Gunther and Sami Zayn win that match. So you're going to have Danhausen, Lyra, Fatal Influence, Gunther, and Sami Zayn. I'm really kind of positive out of 3 out of 4. I'm not 100% positive on this tag team match because it could go really either way. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes could work together. They could win and then end up butting heads at the end of the match. Gunther could go nuts and just beat the shit out of everyone. Who knows? But I think it's going to be a great match. I think it's going to be a great show. Looking forward to Saturday night's main event. Those are my preview and predictions. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.